Welcome to Guns, Gear, and Guns with Gary Gunderson. I am Gary Gunderson. I have here a US M1 Garand and also an Egyptian Hakim. Just about everyone has heard about the legendary Garand thumb, where the action slams forward on your thumb, causing a great deal of pain and profanity. It seems to be an unspoken rule of the internet that you can't bring up the M1 Garand without someone mentioning this. And, though in much less frequency, when there are discussions about the Egyptian Hakim and its strange action, inevitably someone will say, "You think Garand thumb is bad? Try Hakim thumb." But which is actually worse? Now I could sacrifice the health of my digit and just try it out, but that would really be subjective. Plus, I like my thumb, I've known it all my life, and use it for all sorts of things like flipping coins,
Call it.
grasping, thumb wars, decide the fate of gladiatorial combatants, and so on and so forth. So no, I will not sacrifice the health of my digit at the altar of the Alphabet Corporation, but I will put to the test with science, or about as scientific as I get here, mostly by shoving things into the action and comparing what happens to different finger facsimiles. First, a brief overview of each rifle's action. For those of you who don't know, the M1 Garand is fed with an in-block clip, which you load into the action here, and you're meant to do it with your hand in place so you don't get Garand thumb when you're loading it. People are probably less familiar with the Egyptian Hakim. Based off a Swedish Youngman, the action is very different, and though it has a detachable box magazine, it was meant to be fed via stripper clip. To run the action, you move the breech cover forward and grab the bolt carrier group, then pull it to the rear. This stripper clip bridge lets you feed in additional ammo, and if you don't have the safety on, when you pull it to the rear, the action closes, which can catch your finger pretty easily. First, a 3/16 width dowel rod. As you can see, the 3/16 dowel rod did not survive. You can see how it's damaged there and also just tore it right off. Well, I didn't cut that one clean off, but that did quite a bit of damage. And now a larger 5/16 dowel rod. It did a little bit of damage there, but not nearly so severe. That left definitely more of an impact than the Garand did. On to everyone's favorite, carrots. Yeah, kind of what I expected there. Gonna have fun cleaning that out. And finally, a frozen hot dog. Boy, after that carrot, I really think I'm gonna regret this. Not too much damage. On to the Hakim. Definitely more of a puncture action there. Blah. So where does that leave us? Besides with some ruined food and dowel rods. It really feels like the worst part of the Hakim is that cutting action for the gas port. Meanwhile, the Garand seems to just kind of smash and bludgeon. The Hakim can do a cutting action. You can see bits of the circle on just about everything. So it really depends on your placement. It's really trying to shove you in there like a sausage. And the Garand is more of a crushing action. But this still didn't really tell us which was worse, and I wanted a real answer. So I decided to do math. Going frame by frame and measuring the distance, the Hakim is definitely the faster action of the two. Now, that's just the examples at my disposal, so your results may vary based on how new the springs are or how oiled the action is, etc. But that's what I found after multiple tests. Taking a closer look, I found that both actions build up speed, and at 240 frames per second, the Hakim covers the final 3 inches in 2 frames, which equates to 20 feet per second or 13.64 miles per hour. The Garand took 5 seconds to cover the final 3 inches, which clocks a speed of 12 feet per second or 8.18 miles per hour. Given the cutting action and increased speed, I can say that the Hakim thumb is scientifically the worst injury, especially if your thumb is in the way of that gas port.
Science. Whoa!
Also, remember how I said I wouldn't sacrifice my digit to this venture? Well, honestly, it hurt for a few minutes, but wasn't that bad, and didn't bruise or cut at all. Anyways, if you liked the video or found it interesting, please like it and share it with others. If you have any ideas for other head-to-head tests like this, let me know in the comments. Please subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching.